What's up, everybody? This is DTM Delta Tango Mike. Find me anywhere on the internet, Delta Tango Mike. And once you find me, anytime I ask for your vote, I need you to go ahead and click through the link and vote for me. Yes, because today we have another art battle. DTM versus is the name of the show. And in every art battle, in every DTM versus show, we have an art battle, and I have a new contender every time. And so, just to give an update on what's been going on so far, every couple of weeks we have the DTM versus show. We bring on a contender, and we have a theme that we work on and draw live. And so once the show is over, we continue to work on the artwork until we're done, and then we post it for you to vote on. And 2 weeks ago, we had my brother-in-law, which is a sad thing to fight your own family on our battle, but we did it anyways. And in the voting for that opened a few days after the live stream, and then it ended earlier today at noon. And oh my gosh, it was super tough because I had to keep asking for votes from you out there, and so I did get more votes than Lord Yada. So sorry, Lord Yada, you went down. I took you down in the DTM versus our battle. In the meantime, let me give a shout out to everyone on the chat before we bring on our next contender and get started with another art battle, because these don't stop. That's right, Adobe Live. We don't want these art battles to stop. Big ups to RB, Wesley, Sam in the house. What's up, Sam? Welcome to the stream, everybody, and make sure you let us know that you're here to root for somebody. And yes, please root for me. Let's bring in our guest. Hello, guest. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm excited, nervous. You won a lot of these battles.
Yes, I have. I have won a lot of these battles, but I've lost a lot too. I think I lost two in a row, two, three in a row, something like that. It's crazy. It's hard uh, to predict how it's going to go down. So let's get ready for another great show. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube channel. Clarence, how you doing? For those of you watching this on the YouTube channel on Adobe Live, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more amazing, awesome arts. Christopher, how are you doing? Come on through. Welcome to the stream. McCorn in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Penny, please tell us a little bit about the theme for today and why did you choose that theme?
Oh man. So I picked Dreamy as the theme, and I wrote out a really elaborate explanation for it, which I will read right now. It's a tranquil, enchanting theme filled with soothing slumber and delightful dreams.
Oh.
Um, so I made for I don't know why I picked it. I just wanted something relaxing and
Mm-hmm.
pleasant. Yeah.
Mm. Something relaxing and pleasant. That's awesome. I think I ignored that part. I got into the dreamy part, and then I ignored how pleasant and calm it should be. And I think I went a little crazy. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump into it in a second. Let's show off everybody the rules really quick. The rules of the DTM versus live stream goes like this. Follow Delta Tango Mike and Penny Peanut Butter on Instagram. And the rules of today are that we're going to start with a sketch, we're going to draw and have fun, and we're going to limit it to 1 hour. We are drawing in Adobe Illustrator, so it's all vector art. After today, we will finish the artwork offline, and then in a few days, we'll post on social so that you can vote. We'll have a link for you to vote on your favorite piece, and the one person, the artist, the piece with the most votes by August 29th at noon will win the DTM versus art battle. Whoa! So are we ready, everybody? Y'all let me know in the chat what you think about this. And boom, let me go ahead. Oh, that was the other one. There it is. I want to go ahead and share uh, Penny's screen here. We're in Adobe Illustrator. Tell us what we're looking at. What's going on here?
Okay, so this is just my sketch, which I did in Fresco, and it's myself, and it's myself as the moon. I wanted to be the
Oh,
moon. Yeah.
wow. Is yourself as the. I see the glasses.
Yeah. can't get any more
It,
peaceful
yep.
and quiet than just floating in the sky surrounded by clouds.
Nice. And the hair. You gotta have the
Yeah,
signature
I got
hair.
a little swoop. Yeah.
Yes. All right. You have room on your screen if you want to move that floating window on the left hand side to the left of the tools. Yeah, there you go. You can move all that over a little bit. That's good. We got
Move
room
it
right
all
there.
over.
And so do you like
Okay.
your tools to be in a floating panel?
Yeah,
Is
I
that how you work?
do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I made sure to get the layers panel out to prove that I do name my layers and that I use layers. So I'm going to make sure to do that
Yes, use
when
your
we,
layers. And
yes,
naming is not required, but it does help. It does help.
I always name my layers.
Okay.
Not really.
Oh, welcome everybody joining us on YouTube. Let me see who we got here. Clarence Perdue, of course. Christopher, welcome. El Cal says, I did 2 illustrations from the previous battles and I love them all. Learning from Bat Dan. Oh, welcome, welcome. That's awesome. And then Brandy L says, I love that so much. And I appreciate you. That's awesome. There you go. That is a beautiful illustration. So go ahead and get started with it,
Okay.
Penny, and do share a little bit about your process. It looks like you're doing something now. You started a new layer.
Yes. I figured I would do a lot of circles. I like to use the shape builder tool a lot. So I just outlined the main circle with just a circle, and now I'm going to do the craters, which I'll probably mask out. And I might actually do that later and just jump right to the glasses next.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the visibility so I can see on top of it without having to show like the background and stuff because it's
Right.
distracting. So I'm just making a new layer for each one
What?
and
Mm-hmm.
gonna use a lot of circles.
Borderline says, so cute, dreamy moon.
Yes.
There you go.
So
Yes.
even for the glasses, I'll start with the circle and then I'll just kind of like stretch it out
Uh-huh.
with the, oh, and I plan to use the pen tool a lot. So
Right,
a lot
right.
of pen tool and a lot of just manipulating points to sort of mimic what was in the sketch.
One thing, that's what I was gonna make sure that I touch on. We are on desktop, Adobe Illustrator, and it sounds like you're using a mouse.
I am.
Yes, and
Is it
that's
too loud?
no, no, that's okay. I
Okay.
got my own mouse over here. Click, 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 and
Okay, good.
I don't know how long have you been using Adobe Illustrator for?
Oh man, it was similar to you. It was one of my early favorites just because the fact that it's vector and you can make it as big or as small as you want, and you don't lose any quality.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of my favorites. I definitely favor it over Photoshop, but since we have Fresco now, I've been getting into Fresco a little bit because it has the little vector, what is it, vector brushes, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, it does. It does have vector brushes. That's nice. So, and so we're using the mouse. We're using Adobe Illustrator, and we're using the mouse, and we're working with the pen tool, which to me is
Hmm.
just like, you get to determine where each part of a line of a shape goes. And the RB is agreeing with us on the chat. Says mouse is more appropriate. Yes.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
good.
And then he
Thanks,
says,
RB.
right. Thank you, RB. And RB also says it would be awkward to use a cat.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a cat, so I haven't tried it, but I'm gonna take his word for it.
That's right. That's right.
Um, And then I also like to use like the warp tools a lot, and I'll have to remind myself now. I don't think it shows it unless it's like full, so it'll look weird for a second. But to get like that bridge on the
Mhm.
glasses, I
Mhm.
just use the warp tool and I set it to arch,
Oh, so give you
and
the.
then I'll just so that was actually a rectangle, and we're gonna
Mm.
make it look like the bridge
Mhm.
just by messing with that.
Wow,
And
that's nice.
then also expand appearance because then it turns it back into a shape. At least that's what I think it does.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does in my head, and it seems
That's
to
right.
work. So I'm gonna do that too.
Boom. Look at that. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
a few tricks there with Adobe Illustrator. Big ups to Bree joining us in the chat. And of course, Borderline says, hey, DTM. Hey, Borderline. I know who that is. It's a special hey. Antoine, how you doing? Welcome, everyone. Yes, and so I like your technique of just using the vector lines for now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because then you
And
can see a
then
figure.
a lot of just like, whoops, wrong hotkey. Duplicating straight down the middle, and then reflecting it.
Yep.
So working smarter, not harder.
Yes, right. Is reusing some of the same elements
Yeah,
in your drawing. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna share my screen. Oh,
go
not
for
that.
it.
There we go. And basically, what I do is similar, but what I did this time around is I have a layer for my drawing and my sketch, and that layer, because I have a technique that I want to use today. I don't want to just make shapes with the outlines. So I'm gonna go outline free today because this is a challenge to myself, but also I got to make sure that my art will take down Penny. So I have to go hardcore with it. I have my layer set with a sketch layer set to multiply. Where did it go? Here it is. Layer, check it, multiply. And so then under that layer, I will start working with shapes also, or even the pen tool. And so I already have one shape here. And so let me go ahead and just get my color window, boom, and work with only fill color. And that's not the color I want. I want to make this guy right here. He is a Pokemon, and so he's got like a dark purple color on him. Okay, that's good. So I have my, there we go. I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna go really perfect with it, but just enough to eyeball. There we go. Boom. And so there's my character's head already ready to go. And that's
And
how
what's that Pokemon's name?
the Pokemon's name is
Gas
Ghastly. Anybody who's
Ghastly.
into Pokemon can double check on that. But yeah, the name is Ghastly. And so that's how we're gonna start it up. Boom, back to Penny. Good thing,
Okay.
Penny, you finally sent Dan directly to AI, avoiding Fresco. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my glasses shape. I have one on the side. I always drag extra stuff on the side in case I like mess it up or decide that I hate it. But to turn it all into one shape, I just use this one here, the shape builder, and you literally just like drag it across and boop, there it
Mm,
is.
mm.
It's like a whole shape. So I did that earlier. And then I'm going to use that same tool and you can cut out, see how it's highlighting different parts.
Uh
So
huh.
you can just do and cut that out too. And
What?
I'll remove the lenses.
We need a class on that. Because I sit there and I build out some of these shapes. I do use the Pathfinder tool a lot.
But I always leave an extra because, like, I don't know, maybe I won't like it in a bit. So I always just shove an extra to the side because once it's done, it's done.
Oh, so you make
Can't
copies?
really,
Yes.
yeah, because you can't really go back on it once it's done. So I'm like,
Oh, there you go. I get it. I get it.
yeah. And then I started some more clouds and I'll use that shape builder again. So I'll just like redo some on this side because they're all basically circles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I hold down Alt to duplicate it and drag it over a little bit. And then just duplicate it again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And then same, just use that shape builder, zip all the way across, and then boop, it's a whole cloud.
Yay! It's a whole cloud.
Yeah. I love that tool. I'm obsessed. And you can do the
Yes.
same thing with the square. So
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give it a flatter bottom. It
You got
just highlights it,
mm-hmm. You got to
like
find all the
coloring.
little tools that help your workflow move smoother.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm. Boom. And big ups to Wayman joining us. Joshua, what's up? What's up? Joining us in the chat here on Behance. And of course, thank you, Sam, for keeping everybody in order on the chat. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Brandy on YouTube says, learning the shape builder tools saved me so much time.
Oh, I
Uh,
know a Brandy. I wonder if that's the one I know.
that I'm sure. I'm sure your fans are showing up.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes,
I
make
hope
sure.
that's the Brandy that I know.
There you go. And
If not, thanks anyway.
well, make sure you vote for Dan.
Oh no!
What do you mean,
But
no?
I mean, it's okay to vote for Dan sometimes.
Sometimes.
Just kidding.
There you go. Yes. So I am making. So here's what my progress is. I'm already in the color because what I want to do with this illustration is not have any lines. And so, like when I get rid of, see, look, when I get rid of the sketch, you can start to see the shapes already in the place where they need to be. I do need to move some things around. And in one layer, I have my character, my Pokemon, Ghastly. Let me fix this. Something here looks weird. I don't know why. Let me see that one. It's a transparency thing going on here. Oh, it's a multiply. There we go. Normal. Boom. And so I can check my progress by turning off the layer with the sketch. And then there's the layer with the sketch. And I can select this whole layer and just turn down the opacity. There we go. Boom. So it's not so dramatic. And that's it. Little by little, I'm working on my character. We'll take a look at Penny. What's going on over there? Bam.
Doing more clouds. So do you think you'll commit to those colors? I'm
Um,
always really bad at picking colors.
yes. The answer is yes, but I also have an answer that maybe. So yes, because I'm very bad with color palettes to stick with things. So and then when I do the background with all the markers, it's gonna be very colorful. So it's just gonna be a bunch of colors, and uh, and and, uh, and I'm okay with it because that's what I do. But I really admire artists like yourself who, if you go check out, everybody go check out Penny's Instagram and look how beautiful the letters, the typography,
Thank you.
the colors and the artwork is like very clean and it's consistent and it has what do you call it, color coordination. That's awesome. But and so I try to stick with just the basic um palette, and then and I lose it. I just somewhere along the line it's like, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that somewhere, and I go off in my own way. And so then but to answer the question, the maybe part of this is that there's AI and Adobe Illustrator now,
Yes,
and so I want to play with recolor options using AI. So I'm gonna go
like
all
that
in with my
recolor.
stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with my way, but then once I'm done, I'll go in and do the recolor and see what kind of options Illustrator gives me.
I hope to get that far in this drawing to use the recolor because it is awesome. Sometimes I forget it exists, but recently I've been helping myself remember just like use it because it is so stinking cool.
Hmm. Yes, yes, it is.
Anything to speed up the process. You got to work with the robots, work
Right,
with the
that's right.
AI. Yep, be friendly.
Be
Like,
friendly.
can you please change the colors?
Uh-huh. Change my color for me, and make it pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the deal here, and we'll see. We'll see what options come up, and I will be posting all of this on my Behance. I have a project that includes all the art from all the different art battles, and it includes the art from my contenders. It is on my Behance. You're watching this on Behance, just click through the links that are in the description of the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to check those links, including the Behance for Penny and my Behance. But you'll see in my Behance that I have a project called DTM Versus, and it has all my artwork. And so, what I'm gonna do for this, I will post in that project all the different variations that I get out of the Adobe Illustrator AI. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan, anyways. We'll see what happens. You know, people change their minds about stuff.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. Uh huh. And so far, I'm gonna switch to my art progress, and then look. See, so now I have the
Wow.
head, and then the. Okay, so the body needs to have a different color than the mattress, and so I just throw in a variation because eventually I will also have gradients. I love freeform gradient. I love using the radial gradient, the linear gradient, but freeform gradient is my favorite because you can have different colors and tones to give your that shape some volume and
Dimension.
dimension. Yes,
Make it
yes.
pop, as they say.
That's right. And make it pop. That's
Yeah,
right. I
make it pop. Yeah.
like. Yeah, make it pop. So right now I am just doing the baseboard. Is that what you call it on the bed? Boom. And so my character is dreaming of art materials, and that's why Borderline says I like both. It's going to be hard to choose.
Oh no.
Mm, yeah, but I know she's gonna vote for me because that's my wife.
Well, Brandy, if it is the one that I know, is gonna vote for me.
She. Oh really? Oh really?
Yeah, if it is,
I might win them over
only if it
today.
is. Yeah.
I'm gonna win them over today. Look, see, boom, there it is. All right, let's zoom in for a second. I know you mentioned keyboard shortcuts. Do you have
Yeah.
some favorite shortcuts?
The alt and drag duplicates the shape, so I use that a lot. So you just
Mm-hmm.
hold in alt and it literally just duplicates it. Um, Only this year did I learn about using like it's gonna get wild, but using the wheel part of the mouse, the
Mm-hmm.
little turning wheel, you
Mm-hmm.
can zoom in with that. I didn't know that
Uh
until
huh.
this year. I saw someone do it in After Effects
Okay.
because otherwise I was doing like the space bar and zooming in. So that's one of my new favorites too.
Uh huh.
Paste in front for Illustrator. The only thing with that is it's not the same in other apps because I use InDesign a lot and it's Control F to paste in front for Illustrator. And in
Okay.
InDesign, that's like find on a document. So it does throw me off,
Mm-hmm.
but that's another good one
Yeah.
specific to Illustrator.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
What about you? What are your
yeah.
favorites?
Oh, you mentioned my favorite ones, and of course the alt key
Yes.
is you click alt key, click on the screen on the shape, and then drag. Boom, you just duplicated something. It's great, so you can move fast instead of redoing the same thing that you wanted to do. You just go ahead and make a copy instantly. That's one of my most favorite ones. Of course, the space bar just so you can move around.
Yeah, I am
You know,
using the space bar.
you
See,
can move.
some of these you just use it so often that you don't
Mm-hmm.
even. Yeah, the space bar makes the little hand pop up.
Mm-hmm. And then, but I do keep one hand on the keyboard when I'm
Yes,
working.
same. I agree.
Yeah.
Just like hover above it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's very important. Now, when I'm also working in Illustrator, I do have a ton of floating windows. I gotta have those floating panels. I do have my swatches, but don't need it for now. But I got the pen tool, the shapes. I sometimes I when I'm already editing what I have created, I'm working with the gradient panel and transparency because I'm always flipping things, adjusting things, doing things. So this
You
head,
ever lose the floating panels? Because I do that all the time.
do
Like
I
lose them,
do
put
I
them too far away, and then just not know where they are anymore.
You know, when I was talking to you earlier before we went live about
Yeah,
monitors, I do have several
yeah.
monitors, and when I so sometimes I switch the monitors around. I'll add my Cintiq. I'll connect my Cintiq or something. And so it's when you switch monitors around, next time you open Illustrator or Photoshop, those
Yes.
floating panels will have gotten stuck off the monitor that you're
Hmm.
using right now, so you have to find them.
That's what I mean. Like I feel like they give us a lot of responsibility to remember where we put those, and I'll go like into window a lot, pulling up
Uh-huh.
the same panels over and over, like
Mm-hmm.
swatches, because I just
Mm-hmm.
can't find it. I didn't know if it was a me thing.
Yeah, no, it's a constant battle, but yeah, it's sometimes things are just somewhere else, and when I switch monitors and I switch which one's my primary monitor, next time I open Illustrator, some of my pop-up windows end up somewhere else, and so I'm about to do one of
Yes.
your tricks right now for
What
Ghastly.
is it?
Let's go ahead and get the
Shape
circle.
or shape builder.
And yes, the shape builder. So right now I'm just gonna make a bunch of circles in different sizes. Like that. Boom. I'm gonna change the color of these circles. I'm gonna select that whole layer because I'm just keeping everything in that layer to be part of the same. So there it goes. Then I'm gonna move. Oh, that's the wrong layer to put these pieces in. They go on this layer. Bam. So now they're under. Lock that layer. You gotta remember to lock your layers that you're not using right now, because
Oh
otherwise things
yeah.
get lost in there. Yep. And so now more circles. Just hold down the shift key so that you can get perfect circles. And
Oh yes, shift. I guess that's another
mm-hmm.
smart one to mention. The shift key.
Yep.
Unsung hero. We use it so often we forget about it.
Yes. It's some things you just gonna need constantly. Bam. So there goes some of this. See, these circles. That's kind of like the cloud. This behind Ghastly's head. Like somehow he's a gas. He's a gas Pokemon. So Ghastly is a Pokemon, and he's a gas Pokemon. My grandson's gonna correct me if I say something wrong later on, but basically this is where the idea came from. Hanging out with my grandson, and so he's dreaming. You don't want to be Ghastly's friend, but he's dreaming right now. Boom. And so I'm just drawing a lot of circles. There it is. Bam. See? Like that. And I can turn off my sketch. And there it comes. Yeah, it's looking all right. I can do another set of circles. Hey, Pixie Pew, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping through. Elisandra in the house. Tamika Grooms in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. El Cat says, I will vote for DTM. He is funny, brave, and does great illustrations.
Oh dang. Oh man, I need to step up all those qualities like instantly.
Uh-oh,
I'm brave too.
you're brave too. That's right.
Yeah, I can't think of something that I did recently.
That was brave.
Yeah, I guess showing up here because I know that DTM wins a lot. I
Yeah,
feel like that was pretty brave.
there you go. That's brave. You're being brave. That's right. Well, welcome to the stream, and thank you for that, El Cat. Let's see. You got some color in there. You going in
Yes.
on it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw you adding colors and I'm like, wow, mine has like no colors, so I need to like get moving on these colors.
Ah, I'm trying to be like
And I
me.
swear I didn't like pick colors that you picked as well. I just I don't know. I like purples.
Okay. Okay. So you didn't pick these colors on purpose. You just.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know you were coloring yours first, and now I'm coloring mine, and it's similar colors. I just wanted to set the record straight that I wasn't intentionally. So maybe by the end of this, there'll be different colors.
Okay.
I don't know,
I'll
but
allow it.
yeah, it wasn't like I preloaded the swatches either
Well,
ahead of
right,
time.
right,
No,
right.
that wasn't me.
Yes, you did have swatches loaded. It just so
Yeah.
happens that they are similar, and
Yes.
because of the Pokemon. That's how it was. I did not copy your pre-loaded swatches. Boom. Here we
I'm
go.
working on the hair part, but I still broke it down into circles and I'm just gonna go around. There's just so many circles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boom. So I got my
We should
Pokemon
have made the theme circles. Good
circles.
gracious. Why not?
Uh-huh. Draw. Do
We're in
something.
the trenches here. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so
Make
many
an
circles.
illustration with just circles. That's the challenge. Can you click and drag, hold down shift, and make perfect circles?
Hmm.
So
And use
there.
that alt click over and over and over and over.
Yeah, because if you got a perfect circle that you want to use over and over, just grab that circle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Boom. So there we go. I got a few things going here. I am satisfied. There you go. Come on. Boom. Okay, so I got the fumes, the poison fumes
Yes.
going on Ghastly. Let's see what's happening with this moon here.
I'm gonna use the pen tool now. I'm just gonna trace over my circles. They're hard to see, but I have three circles because I still want to think about it being relatively logical, like following some sort of shape.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like some circles in the background, and then I might lock the glasses layer because they're kind of getting in the way.
Okay.
Um, and then just follow my sketch.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, Pixie Pew says, I heard our very own Penny Doodles was stepping up to the plate, so I just
Yeah.
had to support.
I told you it was
Yay!
brave. Look at that.
That's
That's
right.
brave.
But Pixie Pew, don't forget to vote for DTM.
No.
That is the message for today. Vote for DTM.
On another
On
challenge, not
another
this
challenge.
one specifically. Yeah, it's okay to vote for DTM,
Mhm.
just not on this one.
Not on this one. Oh man. No, it's all good. This is an awesome, super amazing, talented, and brave artist,
Yes.
including Penny, yes, and but artists like Pixie Pew who share their talents with all of us to make us test out the waters of these apps that Adobe has put together. So that's always fun. Boom.
I feel like that's where I learn the most like tricks is through a lot of the Adobe lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I didn't know about the clicky mouse zoomy in thing where you hold where you like can zoom in with the scrolly wheel. And
Mm-hmm.
I found that in After Effects when I took one of the Pixie classes. I'm like, how is she doing that? So that's where I learned that.
Oh,
Yep.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
nice. Yeah.
Yep.
It pays to watch some Adobe live streams, some Behance. That's awesome. And so yes, let's give an update on what we're doing here. Is thank you Pixie Pew for the question. Where do we put our votes in? By the way, Pixie Pew is asking. So this is how it goes. Thank you RB for being here, hanging out. So right now we have an hour, and right now we're down to the last 20 minutes of today's live stream, where we
Smoke.
start on an illustration from sketch to however far we can get in 1 hour. And the next day or two, we will post our final artwork, final renders in Adobe Illustrator, created with Adobe Illustrator. And if you follow us on Instagram, Penny Peanut Butter or Delta Tango Mike, you'll also see the link to vote. Once the artwork is posted, then you'll have the link to vote, and you make sure you vote for DTM. That's right. Or your favorite piece. There, I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm gonna stop saying. All right, I need to find a Ghastly reference. There you
I wanted
go.
to show off the pen tool a little bit more, if that's okay.
Yes, please show off the pen
I
tool.
feel
That's
like I
it.
know like a secret tool that's like an unsung hero because I probably use it incorrectly. Um, so harsh edges, I know there's a smooth tool you can use, but I also like to use it's under path and it's simplify and it gives it I don't know, it takes a lot of the little dots out so you can it's a little bit smoother and then you can add the dots back in a more appropriate place. But I use that. I know there's a smooth tool,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason I like simplify path under there because
Mm-hmm.
now it looks really smooth.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
you're smoothing out the amount of anchor points.
Yeah,
You're taking down the number of anchor points to make it smoother. Yes. Pixie
I know
Puce
there's
is
a
okay. I will make sure I follow. That's right. Go ahead, Penny. That looks
Oh, I
good.
said I know there is a smooth tool as well, but I
Hmm.
don't know. I just like using um, the path simplified.
Yeah.
Simplified path? I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Pass simplify.
Yeah,
Correct. Correct. Make
yeah, yeah.
less anchor points. Yeah. And, that helps also on the size of your file. That helps
Yes,
make the size of your
that's
files.
true.
Hmm.
See, I think I was using it incorrectly. I also use it to decrease the file size.
Hmm.
Um, Not that I just found that out now from Dan.
Right. Right. The more you use Illustrator, the more tips and tricks you're going to find. Yes.
And then I'm gonna like quickly just make the back layer disappear. So that's where I'm at now.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's looking cute.
Hmm.
I'll have to do the words. There's another one,
Do you
but I'll use
ever
the pen tool.
well, I have a question for you. Do you ever reproduce your art pieces that you make here on your streams? Do you reproduce them on posters and prints and things?
Want to. I've had people tell me that they were interested in stickers a lot.
Uh-huh.
I made like it said like emotional support water bottle, emotional support water bottle, because like I have mine that's, you just take it everywhere. And I got requests to do that as stickers before. So it's something that I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
especially stickers. Those seem fun. Do you do stickers? I know you do big posters and all sorts of
I have done,
different things.
yeah. Well, especially since we're talking about Illustrator, I love taking my illustrations out into in the physical world. Of course, stickers are cool. I do have lots of
Mhm.
stickers. I even have stickers like on the back of my phone. There's a couple of stickers, and as a matter of fact, this one sticker of the shoe is by my brother-in-law. He made that,
Oh,
and
nice.
so I do love making stickers for my artwork. But I also
Yeah.
like to I've used Illustrator to produce a art installation for a mural that was 36 feet long and 8 feet tall. So I did all the artwork in. I started the artwork in Fresco, and then I moved to Illustrator, and then I laid it all out in Illustrator and got it printed.
Awesome. See,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of vectors. Like you can
Yes.
make it a bajillion million pixels and it'll never get yucky.
Right. It will stay sharp and clean all the way through, and
Yep.
that's what we like about vector artwork. So don't skimp out on the details, because
Yeah.
the bigger you make it, the more noticeable certain things are going to be. And so there we go. I got my Ghastly. He is sleeping. Boom. I got him hanging out right here. All right, let's go like that. And I'm manipulating my handles so that I can have these sharp edges for it.
That's what I like too. I like I don't know, vectors just feel so like rubbery, like bouncy, where you just like move a little bit here, move a little bit there, and it's like you're molding. Like they're plasticky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's fun. It's like you're molding stuff or sculpting.
Yes, that's what made me fall in love with Illustrator and vector artwork, is that the anchor points help you shape what the line is going to look like, or where the line is going to go, versus when you're drawing and you're trying to get that perfect line, so you draw a stroke and it's like, well, that's close. Draw it again, it's like, well, that's closer, and then draw it again, and well, that wasn't it, and then until you get that line you want. And of course, during the sketching process, that's fun. You're sitting there sketching and trying to get that perfect line. But then when it's time to ink, that's where the stress comes, right? So you're sitting there trying to, I want that perfect line to go
Yeah.
where I want it to go. And if you miss it, no worries. When it comes to Illustrator, you missed it, don't worry. Just pick up the line
Yeah,
and move
that's
it.
true. Yeah. Or resize it.
Right, or resize it.
Yeah.
That's right. Rotate it. Whatever you want to do with that vector line, you can do. So let's see. I think uh my fangs are a little too big. It's Halloween's coming up, so this is perfect. I
It
might have to
is.
dress up as Ghastly. Yeah, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Word up. Let's see. So I got my guy. You're starting to write the words. I see. Nice. Dreamy. Mm-hmm. And I got my main some of my main things already done here. There it is. So I brought in a couple of references and turned them off and on. But basically, I found some art references online. There it is. I like it. I want to go in and do some extra details and all that to my guy here, but I'm not ready for that right now. And let's make that a little bit.
I have to give me 1 second. My ear pod died.
Okay.
My headphone died,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't hear. Sorry.
No
Give me
worries.
1 second.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. So there it is. Let's go ahead and make some adjustments here. Let's move this around a little bit. There we go. Got it. And so I have not named my layers, but I will do that now. Eyes or face. Let's call this face. Then this is the head, and just sometimes it's better to name your layers now. And so this is smoke one and smoke two. It's gas, but let's call it smoke. I call this one gas. Boom, and then this is the bed and the headboard. Let's go bed and headboard. And it's great to name your layers because sometimes when you come back to the artwork, you pick up where you left off and you can see what you got going on versus trying to remember. Don't go off of your memory. It's just never good to just go off of your memory. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Look at that widow Ghastly says Fixie Few. That's right. That's right. And so then here's
That's
the
awesome.
overall drawing with the sketch behind it. Off, on, off, on. Now that I
Yeah,
finished Ghastly, and you're back, thank you. That's
I
awesome.
am. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna unlock those layers. Put a new layer here, and I'm gonna name this layer Ghastly, and then all of these layers go inside of Ghastly, and that just keeps everything nice and neat. See, turn it off and on, locked, and then this is the sketch, so that's locked. So over Ghastly, I turn on, I create a new layer, turn off Ghastly, and now I can focus on all that stuff in the background without worrying about Ghastly. Does Ghastly have nightmares, or is he always a nightmare?
Oh no.
And
I
so
thought
that's
he
a
was
great question.
dreaming. He's not having nightmares.
He's dreaming.
What did I
Happy
say? This is
dreams.
a tranquil I almost said podcast. This is a tranquil battle.
A tranquil.
There's no nightmares here. Yeah.
Right. There you go. No nightmares. That's right.
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to use the pen tool and start drawing out these markers and things. And so let's pick out a color that stands out. There you go. Maybe orange. That's good. And then actually stay with the pen tool. And I'm going to slowly build out the rest of these elements in the background. And, Ghastly, he's a poisonous gas, right? And so he brings terror in when he's awake. But when he's asleep, he's a creative spirit. There you go. That's my story. I made
I
that up.
like it. Yeah. I like it.
There you go. All right. Well, we got a fan.
I'm making the letters with the pen tool, which I may or may not regret. We'll see, but it seems to be working so far, so that's cool. And because Illustrator does have, obviously, there's fonts in here, and I could easily type that out. But when I drew the letters, they're so, I don't know what to call it. They're like simplified, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be okay to make them out of the pen tool. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just tracing over my sketch, and I have a good bit of them. I have that many, So M and Y. So I only really need two more, but it's working out so far. And it's kind of the same thing. I'm stealing from myself. I'm like, here's a line I already drew. All right, I'm going to alt and drag it and
That's
then
right.
just steal it from myself and use that for the M. Same for the E. Literally just this line turned sideways, basically, and then dragging it and dragging it again until I had all the pieces.
There you go. It's called a
Yeah,
remix. You're remixing your work.
yeah. Just reuse everything.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. And what I am doing is using shapes, and I'm just gonna switch for a second, real quick, just to show
And
that I got a couple of shapes here. Let me get rid of them and start over. Just a rectangle, go up and down with that rectangle. I can change the color if I wanted to, but in there, and then make another rectangle right here, and that's gonna be more of a gray for the pencil, and then I can select this first rectangle. Use the you can use the eraser just for a quickie. Erase right through that first rectangle, so the top part of the rectangle becomes a pink for the eraser, and just like that, I started drawing a pencil right there. There it is. Look at that. Boom. And so what I
it's breaking it down into easy shapes or like smaller shapes, and
mm-hmm.
then just kind of like repeating that over and over.
Yeah. Yep. And then I can rotate it a little bit. Boom, and just set it right there. And whatever I need to do with it, I can always make some adjustments. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Don't get stuck. The main thing when working with any artwork and any app is don't get stuck. You'll figure things out as you keep working on them. And but yeah, you'll know when to make an adjustment when you have something to adjust. If you sit there thinking about it, you'll never be able to adjust it because you're
That's
thinking
true.
there's nothing on the screen. Yeah. So
There's usually they say what, no wrong way to do something. So
right.
I don't know, just play around with all the tools if you're unfamiliar with them. There'll be happy accidents and you'll be like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
like using that tool. Like I like using that simplify path all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Brandy did say I always forgot about simplify and just use the smooth tool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know why. I like the smooth tool. It's just never
Mm-hmm.
my go-to.
And I don't know how long you've been using Adobe Illustrator, but I've used it for 20 years, and not all the things that we have now have we had all along.
I know. So, if you wanna like go back to the like rewind of Illustrator, I think the I remember when it turned into CS3, because CS3 had the kind of like guidelines where it would magically, as you move an object, how it appears, like there's little arrows coming up and down saying the distance and whatnot.
Mm.
Um, I remember when that first came out, and I was like, oh my gosh. And like CS2 was so clunky, felt so clunky after that. But yeah, there's a lot of things in the apps now that are just make work insanely easier. And then for the stars, Illustrator does have a star tool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I really plan to do is do the star tool, but to
Mm-hmm.
give it like a softer edge, you can just drag the little points in and it makes it a little more
When they added
round.
that
So
feature, I was blown away.
yeah,
Yes.
I mean, like it's stuff like this. Photoshop has gotten
Yes.
like insane
Mm-hmm.
lately.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even deal with how different it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I distinctly remember the shifts between, I think it was CS3, like between CS2, CS3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those were probably the earliest ones I remember. I remember imagery of earlier ones, like the Venus used to be the Illustrator logo, but I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't tell you what version that was. I don't think
Yeah.
I was using it at that time, but I know it existed at that point. Like,
Right.
oh, it's the Venus de Milo or whatever is the icon for it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. Those and I do remember. I don't know when, but I do remember keeping track of those splash screens because it was
Yes,
always
yes,
amazing artwork.
yes.
That's one of my dreams, Adobe. You
Just
listening?
gonna say, I was
Can
gonna
I get
ask,
one
have
of
you
them
ever had a
splash
splash
screens?
screen?
Yes, please.
Yes,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
yes. That would be
There
awesome.
you go. And we got Pixie asking, DTM, have you used the generative colors ability in Illustrator yet? I played around with it. I have, and not in any live stream. So, but I do plan to play with those that generative color in Illustrator with this illustration once I get finished with it. Because sometimes I feel like my colors are way too broad and crazy. It makes it a little chaotic. And so I want to see what Illustrator would do with that, you know? Yeah, yeah. Elisandra says, don't ask me why I still have the CS6 books.
Oh my,
Because it's
yeah,
still relevant. That's why.
yeah. I still have the CDs for, gosh, I don't know. It was one of the master collections. I think it was CS4, if that's a thing.
Hmm.
I still have like the CDs and the boxes, and I posted it on Reddit before.
Okay.
I'm like, wow, look at this.
Uh huh.
Does anyone remember this? I think in the instruction booklet it has like the fat flip phones too, because it was talking about mobile capabilities at some point for
Mm
something like Flash,
hmm.
and it showed like the display screen of like one of the older flip phones, which are coming back anyway. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, phones have gotten huge. Too big.
yes,
Too big, man.
yes, I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, with the books, if I see a book on sale at the like a you know at those sidewalk bookstores, they just have the
Uh-huh.
bunch of books on the sidewalk, and they have an illustrator book or something like that from back in the day. I get it because it's probably $1, and and it's like you know what, there was still good info right here. I might want to
Yeah,
dig around a little
there
bit.
is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bam. That is looking good. I think you're done. Oh
Oh my
my
gosh.
god.
I wish I was done.
Oh my gosh.
It's getting there.
Whoa. I need to simplify my
Somewhere. I didn't
stuff.
do there's so many things I started on here too and I never finished. Like the first thing I was like, I'm gonna do the craters. Never touched it again. Just never touched it
Oh
again.
yeah, yeah, that's right. So you still got
Yeah,
to
I
do
was like,
that.
I'm gonna do
Uh-huh.
that.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Bouncing around.
I'm over here messing around with little pieces and you got big pieces. Boom. Nice. Nice.
That was
Yes.
my biggest fear is that I would do this way too fast.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
and,
yeah, I'm like, I just
and
I just don't want to do it all at once.
and then you just sit back and just watch me for the rest of the stream, huh?
Yeah,
Let's
and done. Yeah.
and that. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I'm just kidding. I'm not done.
Oh, this is what I.
No, no,
This is my
no.
progress so far. I
No, she
have.
needs a she's got the mouth and stuff still, so
Okay. Yeah, so
yeah,
we'll
I
see.
got a
So
little bit
so
to
people
go.
got to tune in to our Instagram to see the final piece. As
Yes.
we're still gonna be working on it. This is mine, my progress so far. There it is, Penny's progress so far, which looks beautiful already. It's got
Oh
that
my gosh.
perfect. What do you call that big hair like that? Oh, like Christopher Walken. There's a word, and I think it's a
Oh, I
French
know what you
French
mean.
sounding word, and I don't know how to say it. But in any case, sometimes I wish I still had hair because then I could really go crazy like that. So that looks beautiful. That's beautiful. Perfect hair.
Hmm.
So yeah, we'll stay tuned for the posting of this in a few days. I think that Penny's gonna be done right away. I may have to stay up tonight and knock this out so that we can share it as soon as possible, and we can start the voting. The voting will be yes, a coif. A bouffant sounds familiar, Pixie Pew, but a
Yeah,
coif, a
Buffon,
pompadour. That's it.
maybe.
SOP Price got it right.
Yeah,
A pompadour.
yeah.
That's right. Pronounce quaff. Okay, Sam. Thank you. That's why you asked the crowd
Hey,
because somebody
yeah.
knows. That somebody knows.
Yes.
Pixie Pew says, I shall follow and will definitely vote. Woo, nice. Great work, both of you, says Pixie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Looks great. Both are looking great. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. Make sure you continue checking out some of the art going on here on Behance and click the like button on either here on Behance or on YouTube. Make sure you follow Adobe Live. We will continue this artwork offline. Stay tuned for more. Make sure you follow Penny Peanut Butter. I should forgot to ask you, what's up with the peanut butter?
Oh, I love peanut butter. I use penny doodles for a lot of things, but a lot of the larger platforms, it was already taken.
Mm.
So I went with peanut butter because I
Okay.
do love it. Has a nice ring to it. Yeah.
That has a nice. I think that's super
Mhm.
cool. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, L. Cole. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Borderline. Thank you, Sam, and Pixie Pew, and everyone else who tuned in today. SLP Price, RB, Uma Korn. I want to say everybody's name. Wayman. Thank you all for coming by today. Stay tuned for more. I am DTM Delta Tango Mike, and this was your name. Say your name.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I'm Penny.
All right, there you go. Trying to be a showman. This was DTM, and this was Penny. We'll
I
see.
know. I was trying to read the chat. I'm trying
Oh,
to
there you
catch
go.
up.
All right, all right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. We'll catch you on the flip side in 2 weeks from now. I have another contender. Make sure you watch all the videos on Adobe Live and YouTube, where you can catch up on all the other art battles, or check out my Behance, and you can see all the videos and all the artwork in my projects. Talk to you later. Peace out, everyone.
Bye.